Hi everybody and welcome back to the FPL Family YouTube channel. Sorry, I know that this video is much later than normal. Normally I try to get them out for 9:30, but time got away with me today and I've been at the FPL show, so we are going to have a whistle-stop tour of my top points picks for Game Week 11. But of course, let's have a quick look back on Game Week 10. Now, Game Week 10 threw another curveball, the second lowest average point score across the game so far, so it wasn't the best of weeks. It's always the same, isn't it? If Liverpool, Manchester City, those sorts of teams have an iffy week, the game week scores tend to be that little bit lower. Last time around in goal, I had Meslier as my top point scoring goalkeeper. Oh no. Meslier, you were playing Norwich. You were supposed to easily have a clean sheet there, but you did not. You let them score. So, unfortunately, no clean sheet for Meslier. At the back, though, mightily stable. Of course, it was Chilwell from Chelsea. Although, wrong Chelsea defender, wasn't it? Because, of course, I should have gone for Reece James. But Chilwell coming in with the 8 points, a couple of bonus points for him, which was very, very nice. Salah doing Salah things, getting 5, but he was not the top point scoring midfielder last time around. In fact, he didn't even make it into the team of the week. So that tells you something about Salah. Must do better next week. Shouldn't moan really, should I? Returning again, Salah. So, you know, at least he's got something. And Tony, once again, letting the side down up top, just the 2 points for him. So, a bit of a mixed week, really, last week when it came to picking out the top point scoring players in each position. But we go again. And we'll see what Game Week 11 treats us to. So, in goal this time around, I'm going back to my tried and trusted Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez now costing you 4.6 million if you want to invest in the Brighton shot stopper. Brighton coming up against a Newcastle side in, well, terrible form, let's be honest. They've not been great going forward. And in fact, they have been one of the worst teams when it comes to attacking, well, anything really over the last few weeks. So when that happens, of course, that means that you want to be investing in the defence. So they have managed just 27 attempts on goal in the last 4 game weeks, Newcastle. That's the worst in the division. And they've also registered just 3 big chances in that time. Again, that is the fewest in the league. With that in mind, of course, that means that Sanchez should be keeping a clean sheet this week. Now, the one thing that does slightly put me off all of this is that, of course, if he's coming up with a side that aren't creating a lot of chances, that also means not a lot of potential for save points. So we could be in with a situation here where Sanchez just gets the clean sheet. But hopefully there's increased potential for future returns, because of course they could have gone with Ramsdale at Arsenal as well, coming up against Watford. It was very close between these two as to who I was picking for this week. But I've gone with Sanchez, my goalkeeper, so fingers crossed he returns to me this time around. In defence, no change from last week, actually. I'm sticking with Ben Chilwell. Chelsea have a nice fixture again this time around against Burnley. Now, Burnley have been looking a lot better going forward. And, of course, if you watch my Jammy Pick video from Game Week 10, you'd have seen that I had Chris Wood in there. And, of course, Max KANE has been doing great things at Burnley. So there is potential there for the clean sheet to go. But what I love about both Chilwell and Reece James is their attacking threat. So it could have been either one of these. I kind of felt like with Reece James, it's all or nothing. You either get 1 or 0 points or you get huge returns from him, whereas Chilwell is the more consistent of the two. I also think that with the way that Chelsea are playing right now, clean sheet looks likely and some attacking returns from Chilwell look likely. So I'm going to stick with my man from last week, who actually, if you've been watching these carefully, will notice that he has taken 2 price jumps since the last time I filmed one of these videos. He was at 5.8 in last week's video, and now he's going to cost you a full £6 million if you would like to invest in him. But I do think he will be the top point scoring defender of choice this week. I can see some attacking returns alongside a clean sheet for him. In midfield, excuse me while I fall asleep, but it's very difficult to pick anyone other than Mohamed Salah right now. He is in such good form, and his record against West Ham should not be overlooked by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, it's Salah. He's just fantastic, isn't he? He's playing so well, and everything that he does seems to go right now. Obviously, consistently returning. Last time around, he was captained by 4.6 million FPL managers. That's the highest captaincy ever. Not just by a little bit either, totally smashed it. In the last few weeks, he now has the top 3 positions for the most captained over a game week. And they've all come literally in this season. So unbelievable stuff from Salah. He has a fantastic record against West Ham too. So without wanting to spend too much time banging on about the Egyptian King, I can see the Egyptian King continuing to be the top point scoring midfielder this time around. And no, I didn't bang my head making this video. No, I don't think I've lost the plot. And yes, that is Harry Kane sitting in the top point scoring forward position for game week 11. Harry, now's the time. The arrival of Antonio Conte has made me rethink my Harry Kane strategy. I have to be honest, when I bought Harry Kane in for Romelu Lukaku a couple of weeks ago, it was on the basis that I wanted him for this fixture run that Spurs have from game week 12 onwards. But after the last couple of game weeks, I was starting to feel very uneasy about owning him, and I was starting to think, no, now is the time to sell Harry Kane, take the money out of him, invest in Tony or somebody along those lines, and then use the money to upgrade Damari Gray to Son, because Son or Lucas Moura, who appears maybe in this week's Jammy Pick video, which we'll see tomorrow morning on our channel, invest in one of them instead, because they look more likely to score. They're at least, their head's still there at Spurs. Fast forward to Monday and the sacking of Nuno Espirito Santo, and then fast forward to Tuesday lunchtime and the arrival of Conte, and suddenly I feel very differently about Harry Kane. Harry Kane surely looks at what Conte did for Romelu Lukaku when at Inter Milan together and thinks, he could do that for me. Surely Harry Kane looks at Conte and the trophies that he has won and how quality a manager he is and thinks, there's potential here for the trophy that I wanted if I fully commit to this team. I think we'll see a fully committed Harry Kane against Everton this weekend, and Kane's record against Everton is excellent. He has a really good record against the Toffees. Scored 11 times in 12 Premier League games against them and has managed 5-digit hauls against Everton over those games. So I think we could be in for the revival of Harry Kane, a rebirth of the King at White Hart Lane, and some commitment from him. And therefore, I think he will be the top point scoring forward. Also tallies in with what Conte said in the summer about Harry Kane and him being in the box. That's where he would play him. Now, if he's going to put Harry Kane in the box and tell him, you're not coming out, you stay there and you score some goals, my goodness, that's exactly where we want Harry Kane to be. Obviously, Spurs playing Conference League football tonight, so let's see what happens in that game. Barring an injury, barring a problem, I think Harry Kane will be the top point scoring forward this time around. So, in goal, we have Robert Sanchez from Brighton. In defence, we have Ben Chilwell from Chelsea. In midfield, shock horror, it's Mo Salah from Liverpool, and up top, yes, maybe Halloween has gone to my head. Yes, maybe the arrival of Antonio Conte has made me go, whoop, and a bit doolally, but it's Harry Kane. My man, he is back. Fingers crossed, he is actually back when Spurs play Everton on Sunday. Let me know in the comments below who you think will be the top point scoring goalkeeper, defender, midfielder and forward for game week 11. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time we go live or every time a video goes out on our channel. There is a jammy pick scheduled, and it is very late, I know, but there is a jammy pick scheduled for 9 o'clock in the morning where I talk through the 4 people that I think could be the jammiest differential picks to invest in ahead of the game week 11 deadline on Friday evening. Don't miss the deadline. We've got Southampton and Aston Villa to play on Friday night. I will see you in the Jammy Pit video tomorrow, but also with Lee for another live stream on Sunday evening ahead of the international break. See you then, guys.